Camera number 30 of 365, and it's the Nikon F401AF camera. It requires batteries to operate all the camera's functions, has no manual functionality in that sense, so let's just put some batteries into the camera first of all. Now the camera requires 4 AA batteries, and the compartment is on the base, and they're inserted in a particular order which is shown in the diagram there. So plus terminal up, plus terminal down, plus terminal to the left, plus terminal to the right, and then to close we just close the door and close the latch. That is probably one of the weaknesses of the Nikon F401. Often this little catch that keeps the door closed is broken, but it can be continued to be used if you put a tape. I have got another one which I have that problem with, and I'm able to put some tape on it and it's still able to function. So looking at the front of the camera, we have the lens release button. The lens is rotated clockwise, and then we have the dial that allows us to choose auto focus or manual focus, and then we have a little button up here that allows us to lock in an exposure. Very useful little button there. Okay, so let's just put the lens back on, find the right orientation. There we go. So turning to the top plate of the camera, no liquid crystal display but a few dials here. We have a self-timer button which should operate when there's film in it, of course, so we'll come back to that a bit later on. And then we have other things just come off. So the camera, you can use it as a point and shoot, and the way we do that, I don't know that you can see that here, but there's 2 dials. One has the shutter speeds and one has the apertures. Now on the shutter speeds there is an A, and on the shutter speed dial there is an S. So if we put the S and the A together, the camera takes on the persona of a point and shoot effectively, and then by turning the lower dial, which is the aperture dial, if we move that, we can then make the camera an aperture priority camera, and then if we put it on S and move the top dial, we can change the shutter speeds, and then it can become a shutter priority camera. Film rewind lever and the lock button. Looking through the viewfinder, very simplistic. You have a plus, minus, a 0 and a flash, so you don't get any information really apart from what you see on the top of the dial. So let's just put a film through the camera. So putting through the film through the camera, we need to just unlock the film chamber, and then we just slip. There's DX coding and no provision to change that, apart from perhaps if we're in manual mode and we choose a shutter speed or aperture, we can do it that way. So let's just put that in, and I think I may have put the batteries in the wrong way. Let's just check. Plus, minus, plus, minus. Camera doesn't seem to want. Oh, there we go. There we go. Thought it wasn't working there. There we go. It's working now. So the film is advanced on a few frames, and then so we've got it in effectively point and shoot mode. Let's just turn it to manual focus so we can operate the camera. There we go. and then to rewind the film we press the button, which I'll do another time because I want to save the film. So that's it as regards the Nikon F401 camera number 30.